those dates would be in the policy. The ordinance has to be amended to allow firing of a weapon in the city limits.
Okay.
But you made a motion, Mark. We should have acted on that. You just, authorize staff to work with city attorney to amend necessary ordinance to allow bow hunting in city limits, to offer suggestions and modifications to the policy and rules. Do we just want to just reserve our right to do that, because what you'd mentioned beyond that, that's stuff we can.
That can all be worked out between now and the next meeting, or when we bring stuff forward.
Okay, we got a motion, I want to get it taken care of and clarified. You just 1 and 2 is good enough, right?
And I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Hans, second by Mr. Dahl. And
Just
so,
for
by doing that, we're still open-ended here. Yep.
Yeah, we could go at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Just for clarification, it's does only. Right?
No, we're not going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. I had it changed in a couple of spots, and
So we're not gonna affect population a lick by shooting a buck.
Well, that's one less deer.
It isn't gonna matter.
I tried to push the antlerless only, and Adam and the rest of the guys said, you're not gonna get anybody here to shoot.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And to be perfectly
On
honest, I can't,
that side of the creek burn, you will, but on the bluff here, you won't get anybody to hunt. Or on anything this side of 43, because that's where the line, one deer over here, is
Fine.
one deer on that side.
Well, I think that your point is very well taken.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you, but you won't get anybody to come in or to take that chance of
Well,
hunting.
there are people that want to just hunt and take a doe because they appreciate the meat in the freezer. So, I know too that there are the moral test that the trophy hunter faces, is greater than the doe hunter. So those are the guys that aren't gonna get out of their deer stand at 4:30. They're not gonna abide by a law or a rule if they can slip past it. They have antlers on their mind, and they're not thinking straight.
But that's okay. Let them take them. They can get 5. They take 5. Huh?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't
them
want to encourage people.
Them does,
To break the
are
law.
bucks at least just as much as the doe.
There's no sense in establishing a law if we're not gonna really enforce it or encourage people to break it. Why the hell would we do that? It just doesn't make any sense.
I'll adjust the times too, because if we're gonna go later in the season at 4:30, isn't gonna work.
You'll have to probably go with the DNR ruling or whatever,
Yeah,
the language, the verbiage.
Right. I
Because
just
they
didn't want
have the
people shooting when
times.
we had our other folks around, likely to be on the bluff or likely to be down the wastewater plant. But we'll do the best we can.
And I'm not saying that we need to limit it to those 6 weeks, but I don't think we need to be open the entire length of bow season either.
And we'll visit it every year.
I think that makes sense.
We try it the first year if it gets, to go along with, to the point, what you said, Vern, about shooting a buck. What are you gonna do when you're that meat hunter and Bullwinkle walks in front of you? You're gonna wanna shoot him. Even if you aren't a trophy hunter,
Understood, but
so.
if they know it going in, then they won't do it. You won't have the trophy hunter in town. You'll encourage, you'll encourage the kids, the youth or whatever, or the meat hunter to come in and take a doe, and that's gonna have an effect. That's gonna be, 2 less fawns next year. Maybe 3. And that's, I don't know. To me, that's just common sense, I guess. DNR wants bucks because it brings license money. But they always worry about managing the does.
Anything else? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes with Mr. Monkey opposed.
And the only other is the map. You can just get to me if you have any thoughts about the areas that we've selected.
Move on to 8C, consideration of approval of resolution 2014-069, resolution of support for Tri-County Electric Cooperative's purchase of Interstate Power and Light Company service territory, customers and property, which includes areas around the city and its residents. See attached letter from Brian Crambier, President CEO of Tri-County Electric Cooperative, and attached resolution.
The question I got is, Interstate Power and Light Company, wasn't it Alliance?
Alliant?
Yeah, Alliance Energy, that they would take over the town.
I think they made a swap a while back, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what this is, isn't it?
No, between Alliant and Interstate Power. Now what's happening is a co-op is going in and they've all formed together to take this one.
Well, yeah, they're gonna take, the article I read, I thought it was Alliance Energy, and Alliance Energy was giving up a lot of their customers, different co-ops, throughout Minnesota. That's what I read. But maybe I was wrong, maybe I didn't see what I was reading.
On the other side, Roger, I think it explains it in that first
See the
paragraph.
letter on the backside of
Right.
this one?
Yeah, Alliant is known as Interstate Power, or Interstate Power is known as Alliant. They're one and the same. This doesn't have any great immediate impact on the city of Rushford, but it might make some territory swapping that we're looking at doing on the north end a little easier in a few years. When these mergers happen, generally everything has to stay static for a while, and then you can start talking about changing customers and service territories. I had a talk with Brian, and
The deal I'm.
he said we'll have to just sit down for a while and just let everything settle.
What's that Alliance Energy? This was back 6, 8 months ago. Yeah.
I'll move to adopt the resolution of support.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Hansi. Any more question or comment? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, thank you. Move on to 8D, consideration of approval of resolution 2014-070, accepting the offer of the Minnesota Public Facilities Authority to purchase $286,639 general obligation water revenue note of 2014, providing for its issuance and authorizing execution of a bond purchase and project loan agreement. See attached. This note also involves an additional forgivable principal amount of $385,000.
So that's $385,000, that's forgivable, and they're only purchasing $286?
We'll be spending the total amount between the two, but we won't have to pay back the $385.
Oh,
That's like,
How long before that's forgivable, Kathy?
I think right away.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right away.
Yeah, we draw it down, but we just don't have to pay it back, because they'll figure out our loan repayment schedule only based on the 286.